Hey everybody, this is Tim Easton in Kansas City at Folk Alliance 2014, and I'm going to sing a song that I wrote at the Winnipeg Folk Festival, and this is the song called The Festival Song. We showed up to the festival, fell out of the back of the van. We were just in time to see our favorite band. All the people out there looked just like us. They were young and old, they looked just like us. Remember that beat, remember that song. It never felt so good to sing along. I was wondering why it felt so good. Then I looked into a dozen pairs of eyes, and I understood. When we all come together, it feels like the world is gonna be alright. In the middle of the night by the fireside, oh, you played my favorite song. We shared a smoke and we beat the drum. Baby, won't you ride me high? I saw you dance under the new moonlight. From Tennessee to Yazga's farm, we'll wake up in each other's arms. I was wondering why it felt so good. Then I looked into 100 pairs of eyes, and I understood. When we all come together, it feels like the world is gonna be alright. Na 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 na. Now it's Sunday, and I don't ever wanna go. I gotta find a way to bring you all along. Think it's called love and respect, and sometimes getting very, very high on music and people and other things. When we left the festival, we were crying in the back of the van. Well, it could have been the drugs, it should have been your band. To all the people out there, travel safe and take good care. And when someone falls, won't you pick them up and take care of those who overfill their cup, and get nice and dirty, see that no one's hurting. Don't wear too many clothes, get some sunshine on your soul. Don't be a glass hole, and wash those ashes, and pick up your trashes. And in the long, long lines, look into each other's eyes, spread that love all around the world. And I'll see you next year at the festival. If you're wondering why it feels so good, just look into 10,000 pairs of eyes, and you'll understand. When we all come together, it feels like the world is gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. Said when we all come together, it feels like the world is gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be all right.
Hey, it's Vince, Hickory Wind here with Tim Easton. We could only find one chair, so I'm kneeling down awkwardly next to Tim. But what you were mentioning last night that you had a nice jam session at the end of the hotel hallway. You want to talk a little bit about that? or what makes this Folk Alliance conference so cool?
What makes it just for me right now is just seeing all these different great musicians, getting together and just finding new stuff that you've never heard of before. Walking into a room, getting inspired by someone you've never heard. That feels great, and also just all the I'm not allowed to say youngsters yet, but the kids or whatever. But like it is really nice. It does make me feel like the world is going to be all right when I see basically all that youth movement and folk music, or that youth movement playing songs and singing songs together and hanging out. It just I know it's happening.
Sure.
But when you get it all together in one hotel, I love it.
So who are some of those youngsters you're listening to now?
Well, there's actually a lot of anonymous folks that I don't even know who they are. I just kind of like walk through the rooms and see them, and I don't always get to hang out with them and talk to them.
Yeah.
So it's weird. I can't really tell you, but it's like there's so many here. There's so many players here right now. There's I totally feel like I'm on the spot all of a sudden. Like I feel like, oh my God.
We're all,
I was like, oh yeah, Tim Easton. Yeah, you don't even know anybody's names. I mean, it's like, when all of a sudden it comes to naming names, I just have to say, Folk Alliance in general. If you're listening to this now and you want to find out what's going on here, go online and go to Folk Alliance and look up the people that are playing here.
Yeah.
And they come from all over the place, and there's a huge Canadian contingent here.
Yeah, I noticed
and they're
that.
just like they're on top of it.
Right.
The Canadians are on top of it, and there's some Australians here.
There's definitely something about this music that's catching on with people that are around my age, mid-20s or whatever. And do you have,
the main obviously, there's a guy named Parker Millsap who's basically kind of just fully formed and kicking ass right out the gate at the age of 20, 21. And I don't know, for myself, when I was 20, 21, I knew who Mississippi John Hurt was.
Yeah.
And I was learning my way around his stuff, but I didn't have songs and experience written at that time. I had to go and be a street musician overseas for a while and learn how to write songs. And he's one cat that is kind of setting the world on fire just with an acoustic guitar.
Well, yeah, I saw
and some attitude.
I saw Tom Rush on Thursday night, and he recorded These Days, which Jackson Browne wrote when he was 16 years old, and it just I can't imagine you would have the life experiences at 16 to write something like that.
Yeah, like the Beatles had already broken up. Those guys were in their 20s.
Yeah,
when the Beatles broke up.
Well, you always have seemed not like a pure folky anyway. You seem like more of a rock and roll guy at heart. Would that be true?
Yeah. Well, it's because I think it's just music.
Yeah.
I love good music. I love all forms of music. I listen to whatever moves me. It doesn't become categories and stuff are for people that work in the music business and to help describe stuff. But my mom brought records home from the library, stuff like Doc Watson and then Woody Guthrie and stuff like that. But the British in the 60s, they sold us our American music back, and that is how, like the Stones is how I learned about Chuck Berry.
Yeah, right.
Or Muddy Waters. I did go backwards, so thanks to those guys. And then once you go back and learn that stuff, and that is my pitch to people that want to get into writing songs and stuff like that. It's like, well, what do you love? And then whatever you love, go back and find out what they loved, and just keep going back until you get to the source of what it is. Whether it's film or painting or writing novels or prose and stuff like that. It's kind of helpful if you want to be good at it to know to study the best. All the greats they studied the stuff and. Who doesn't love rock and roll? But that's just another category now.
Yeah.
With millions of subdivisions.
Right. It's not like you're going to go in and say, today I'm listening to rock and roll, and today I'm only going to listen to
when you say rock and roll today, people get confused.
No, I know. Yeah, it doesn't even. What does that even
my
mean?
new album, when I say rock and roll, I'm talking about Chuck Berry and what was going on in Sun Studios in the 50s and that Tennessee 3 setup. That's the kind of record I made. But most of the time I find myself with an acoustic guitar or a fiddle, and where I'm a folk musician. I'm like I can play when the electricity goes. I still got a job.
Right.
I'm still able to do it.
Right. So what's next for you after this?
Well, I have a daughter. She's 3, and Ellington is her name, and I'm going to go back home and hang out with her.
Yeah, sounds good.
I'm at home more. I live in Nashville, Tennessee now. and I'm at home more than I am on the road, and that's good. That's where I need to be. I'd like to produce, you know.
Okay.
I'm not. I'd like to. I am. So it's like young songwriters that are coming along, and Nashville's full of them right now.
Yeah. And you were in East Nashville?
Yeah,
Is
I mean,
that where
East
you're at
Nashville
now?
is just a hotbed of creativity right now, and always really, it's just wonderful there. And
Well, I know Todd Snyder is one
he's
of
the
my
mayor.
favorites.
Yeah, he's the mayor of that town, and huge inspiration for me playing with him on the road, and actually at the Winnipeg Folk Festival. That's where I played a gig with him there once, and basically, you know, he does the same thing. Like Todd, saw a girl at a gas station in Colorado and brought her to Nashville and made a record with her. And she'll, you know, that's a story that's coming down the line. You're going to hear about that.
Yeah.
And that's what I like to do. If I see somebody that inspires me that's young, it's like I want to put them. So, you know, put the word out there. You know, anybody that wants to come and make a record in the back shack in my backyard. I got a little hut back there. You know, I've learned my way around Pro Tools and the tech side of things just so I can do it.
Cool. Thanks a lot. I think that's all we need.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.